Hey everybody, welcome back to another 5 Leagues from the Borderland Adventures. We are back with Dayne's company. This is the reformed Warband, Ser Dayne having taken over leadership from Ranulf and renamed the Warband. Acquired a brother and sister combo in Bayle and Shala, who have now gotten mostly revenge on the folks that killed their sister. They ambushed and destroyed the bandit camp that was just outside of Boar's Hearth, and we are back in town. The slight recovery time for Ser Dayne. He was injured during the combat and had to be given a tonic by Lucian, our monk. But there is lots to do in the city, so let's start our settlement rolls and see what's going on with the Warband this campaign turn. So here we are, momentously, the entire party having upgraded to heroes. We rolled 100 for the sister, Shala, and she became a hero, now able to earn XP, as well as the boy. The boy just did it through adventure points. He has now joined the story as a full cast member, and his name is Curtis. So we're rolling for local events. We're back into Boar's Hearth. Everyone is recovered and ready for the next adventure. 51 is our local event. A gambling craze. Everyone's decided to pick up games of chance, and a lot of money's changing hands. If you make a gamble campaign activity this turn, after rolling you may choose to make a second roll, and if you do, apply both results. If you have a lot of money, so let's roll hard times first and see what we owe. We owe 2 gold pieces. We'll have Ser Dayne, actually we'll just have, our former town guard, Mav, go and help the town guard out so we don't have to pay our upkeep. And then we have one other campaign action we can do, or one other settlement action. So might as well gamble. Let's do it. It's test on a 1. So maybe we'll just send Ser Dayne. He's feeling good. He's feeling lucky. He's going to gamble. Wager 2, 4, 6 marks. We're going to wager 4 and then roll a d6 in the results. We can make a second result and apply both if we want. We got a 6, which is you win a mark for every 2 that you wagered. So that means that we're going to get 6 back. Can make a second one on a 3+, would be okay. If we roll 5, 6, we do it. Well, 3, 4 is we do not win or lose any money. And that'll put us up to, we got 2 extra, so we're up to 9. Time to do some research, roll for our connections. See if we can get in touch with Sir Pine. That's 26. No result. I love that we have our bard that's helping us out now. We're on to the discover our adventure step, and we are going to track down an enemy threat. So news has reached you of enemy schemes being carried out, and you must race to block them. So first we have to see where the location is going to be. Where is the location of this threat? 5. Near a randomly selected settlement. 4 settlements, of course, in this map. And number 4 is Boar's Hearth, where we already are. What is their activity? What is the threat doing? Number 4, this is the undead. Passing through, the enemy will use the unknown enemy rule when you play the encounter. End goal is a 4. Carry out part of their overall enemy scheme, a roll in the enemy plans table. And what are they doing? It's a D100. 7, they are gathering weapons. The selected threat constructs a new camp in the region, randomly select a settlement, and place the camp in the same map area. Until you have eliminated a random melee fighter in each encounter, as the threat increases their damage by +1/+0. When you storm the camp, you can roll an extra time on the loot table. I'll just use my vital information to cancel that, but it will stay into effect until I attack it, and I'm going to have to do that now. What an undead camp is going to look like and gathering weapons is they're digging up more bodies. So we're going to set up a meeting engagement. It's our first encounter against them. We'll use the top one, which is the enemy from beyond. Is there a sergeant? 75. Captain. He's +1 combat skill, +1 toughness, and +1 armor. Parry, tough, regeneration, and counterattack. Combat +1. He's toughness 5 though, and armor 1. How many are there? 4, including the captain. They are the newly dead and their captain. Let's see what the objective for this meeting engagement is. 19. Search for something. So scenario objective, it is who told us. Oh no, that's not fetch something. It's search for something. Search for something. Select a random terrain feature. During rounds 1 to 5, member of the Warband must have moved onto the feature or adjacent to it and taken a 7+ battle-wise test, and once it succeeds, the objective is completed. Here is the village, little settlement outside of Boar's Heath that is currently being looted for body parts by the newly dead. We have our warbands set up across from each other, and we need to randomly generate one of the 4 key terrain features, which is the shed, these 2 buildings, the house and the outbuilding, and then this tomb to be the searchable location. Clockwise from the top. So 1, 2. So this outbuilding needs to be searched. So we could have done to seize the initiative. No one has battle-wise, but Ser Dayne will try and roll a 9+, and if we do, we get to make actions. That's a 10, so we sure do. We could take a standard move in any direction, make a ranged attack if so equipped, or take a non-combat action. Everyone gets to do something. We'll have Shala move to this corner. We will have Ser Dayne also move forward. He goes 6'2", sorry, because he got a speed increase. I forgot about that. He's fast. I'll go to there. We'll have a standard move from Lucian. Then we'll do a standard move with Bayle. Over to there. We will do a standard move with Curtis, because he's going to go try and search that thing, I think. He's going to go this way. And then Mav will come along the flank to protect our archer. So we do have to do a round tracker for this one, because at the end of round 5, we'll no longer be able to search that cottage. So initiative roll. Oh, we're not doing too bad here. All right, so we have initiative 2 on Lucian, so he'll pass. We'll give 1 to Shala, and then we'll give a 2 to Ser Dayne. Everybody else will get a standard roll, a shorter dice. It was still a 2, but nobody else has an initiative of 2, or agility, sorry. So because he is Fey, we can attempt to roll the dice again with Bayle, and he rolls a 3, so nothing. Well, let's start the turn with Shala. Now, there's 2 side effects of playing the Whispers from Beyond. So the undead, when they are the enemy you're engaging, one is that there is fog everywhere. It's very Sleepy Hollow when they show up. So visibility is 9 inches. If it would reduce to less, use the lower score, but the fog always makes visibility 9 inches. So my archers are not that big a threat here. And also, if I kill 5 or more models, so if I kill all 5 of these and none of them run away, I will be able to earn an extra adventure point, because they're weird. So let's start with Shala. She's just going to move up. These guys are super slow, so moving 3 and then getting behind some cover with her move. And that's her dice down. Ser Dayne, he is 6'3", so moving 6 to here. And then he'll just kind of stand in cover for his next one. The monk Lucian is also at initiative, so he will move forward as well. He'll go 4 and then 3 more with a dash, and just wait. Enemies phase, there are no ranged enemies in the Newly Dead. They are fearless, however, so they don't run away. That's worth noting. And they're monsters. Fearless Dead, I don't know what monsters do. Monsters is, they cannot dash and always move as directly as possible towards us. They're zombies, so they just shamble towards us. They only move 4 though, so they just all move 4. They all shamble 4 inches towards us, going brains. As do these ones. All right, tracking phase. We'll do much the same over here. We're going to go 4 and then 3. We're going to go laterally. And then Mav's going to follow, doing much the same. She goes 6'3", because she also got an agility increase in her first roll. Yeah, movement rather. And the boy's going to run. He's just going to go. He goes 7 total. He'll move dash. And go to there. Turn 2. Let's make another initiative roll. And see if we can maybe kill some of these guys with range attacks. Oh, it's not great. That was not as good as our first roll. So we'll put the 1 on Shala again, because she can shoot this turn. Everyone else is getting a 6, but we can re-roll our Fey roll for Bayle, because he is Fey. He's still 6. So Shala going first. She's going to stand still with her first action, her combat action. She's within 9, so she's got visibility. And her 5+ goes to a 4+, because she can use her combat because she didn't move. And she hits. Our toughness 4 though, so it'll be a 5+ to do any actual injuries. No, just a regular wound. Should have done, so it's back to the tracking, or the enemy phase, and they will move towards us 4. And then move towards us 4. And again, there's no ranged monsters here. So everyone just moving forward 4, and they cannot dash. Oh, let's make it easy. Let's do a little punt, a little shot on 2+ from Bayle with his bow. He hits. No armor to speak of. Let's see if I beat the toughness. I don't, so that will be a wound. And that's his dice done, and then we'll go with Mav. She's going to charge in, try and beat this guy up. They do get an outnumbering bonus, so +1 to +1. She's +2 actually now. No, he's +2. Oh, he hit on a 3+ at range. Oh no, and it wins. But she has, well, she becomes the defender, so it fights back again. Actually, it pushed her back, so it doesn't get a supporting bonus now. So then she pushes it back because now it rolls a 1. And then last combat, it wins and becomes the attacker again. So it just pushes her back and she separates. We'll go with Ser Dayne. He's gonna throw an axe, throwing knife. It is with his combat of +1, so it's on a 2. It misses. And we'll have the boy go, I guess. and use his sling over here. Is he within 6 is the question. He sure is. And it's in the open, so a 3+. Hits. That's one armor, so he could actually fail the armor roll here. He doesn't, 2+. And then a 5+ to kill it. No, it just wounds it. So this other one is now also wounded. It's just Lucian. He's gonna stay there. My initiative roll for round 3. Oh no, he's gonna go search this thing. He's gonna go 4 over to here. And then he's gonna go 3 and dash around the back of it. So next turn, he's not closest and he'll start searching it. What else will distract the zombies? That does make it round 3. We got one last turn to get these, 3 turns to try and do this if we do it this turn. So initiative roll, that's better. So we'll put a 2 on Dayne. We'll put a 1 on Shala. We'll put a 1 on her brother. We'll put a 1 on her brother, actually. We'll put a 1 on Mav. And then we'll put a... No, we'll put a 1 on her brother. And then on Bayle. And we'll put a 6 on Mav. And we'll put a 6 on the boy. And on Lucian. So, starting with Ser Dayne. He's just going to charge in, I think. No, we'll start with Shala. She's going to shoot that wounded guy. She's combat +1. So that's going to be on a 2+ because it's in the open within 9. She misses. Now no longer loaded. And then Ser Dayne, who is also no longer loaded, is going to charge in and fight. +1. They are combat +1 from their gang up bonus. And they beat him. So they force him back an inch. And he becomes the defender. We'll strike again. They tie, but this time... Oh no, he's still got a bonus actually, so they don't tie. They drive him back and do an injury, potentially. They beat his armor. They do. And then do they beat his toughness of 3? They don't. He's wounded. Well, that's not great. And then third combat, he'll fight defensively this time because he doesn't want to die. He'll win, and they will separate. And then finally, Bayle. He's going to try and take a shot over here. +2. So even if the if Bayle Mav obscures, it'll still hit on a 3. So it does. And then we beat the armor automatically. Do we beat his toughness? We do, so he's dead. All right, well, that's all of my active heroes in the action phase. So now the bad guys go. And this zombie's going to charge Mav. We'll fight her at +0 to her +2/+1. So she wins with a 5 and becomes the attacker. She'll drive it back an inch. Second engagement, it wins and becomes the attacker and drives her back an inch as they struggle. And then final engagement, she wins and pushes it back and they separate. We want to attack Ser Dayne, who no longer has a combat bonus. 0 to 0. It loses somehow, and he becomes the attacker. So he'll drive it back this way, away from its friends. And fight again. +0 to +0. It does the same thing. And pushes him back an inch as they continue their struggle. And then finally, it loses and is driven back. This one I think will also go after Ser Dayne because it's the most direct route, and we'll get a gang up bonus now. So it'll be +1 to Dayne's +0. He's going to fight defensively because he doesn't want to die. And he'll win. I know, +1's a 7 actually. It will drive him back an inch because he was not close enough to get his bonus. Does it break his armor? It does not. So he's going to be stunned now for an additional +2. So it comes in for the next engagement. So it's +2 to his +0. Actually, he'll still be too far away. He'll fight defensively again. And lose, so he's driven back an inch. Does it beat his armor? It does. It does beat his toughness. Doesn't matter. It doesn't, so he is taken out of action. Man, you're not doing great at fighting. Captain, who will come forward for and not be able to engage anyone. I need you to kill this zombie. She charges in. She fights. She hits because she is +1. Then does she break its armor? Or she break its toughness? She doesn't. She wounds it. She drives it back. And follows up. She's still +1. She loses and becomes the defender. And then last engagement, now it's the attacker. She wins again, pushes it back, but now it's wounded. The boy's going to sit still and try and sling that wounded zombie, I think, on a 3+. He sure does. And then beats its armor automatically. He'll wound it. He sure does. And that will take it out of action. Lucian, he's going to attempt to search. Can he get that 7+ test battle-wise? He sure does. What did we find? We found D6. In the thing, we found evidence of the enemy plans. +2 adventure points. We found a dead family, probably, I would imagine. And so that's my turn. It's turn 4. Ooh, it's getting dicey. 2 of the zombies, but 3 remain. And we've lost Ser Dayne. They are fearless. They don't make any initiative rolls. We have 5 rolls for initiative now. We'll give a 2 to Lucian, and then everybody else is a 6, with the exception of I can re-roll for Bayle. And he rolls a 2, which does not pass. Shin, if only you'd been faster, you could have healed Ser Dayne and maybe saved him. So he's the only one who can go. I'm going to attempt to confuse on a 7+ the skeleton captain. He does not. His strands. So he's just sitting there trying to confuse it, trying to distract it, but he doesn't. So now they all go. This zombie is going to be the closest, so it will attack Mav. She'll fight defensively. She does, so she becomes the attacker and drives him back. And then she'll just fight normally at +1 to its +0. And win. Does she beat its armor? It doesn't have any. Does she beat its toughness? Irrelevant because it's already wounded, but she does, and she caves its head in. This is the captain fighting into Shala. It is fight +1. So is she. She'll fight defensively initially, and she'll win. She becomes the attacker. He's driven back. He gains +2 now, but she has to do this for the whole fight. He will get a 6/7 now to her 5, so he'll become the attacker and drive her back, and then he actually wins the last one, driven back, because that's a 7, so he will push her back and strike a blow. Armor, he does. Does he beat her toughness? He does. She is taken out. It's just this zombie, I would imagine, attacking the boy and making it into melee. So he comes to fight. No supporting for either, so it's just a straight dice roll. And he loses, so he becomes the attacker. He can be driven back an inch. And followed up. Again. Oh, try it again. 0 to 0. He wins. Does he strike a blow? Beats its armor. And doesn't have to beat its toughness. He just kills it because it's injured. Enemy phase, just the captain remains. So, Curtis, your sling is empty. I do believe it was Shala and the boss, Ser Dayne, that actually missed it. So you'll just on a 3+ take a shot. You do armor 1 because he's the captain. He beats his armor. Actually, we armor 2 because it's a sling. And then do we injure you on a 6? Nope. You are, however, injured. Get action though. All right, and then over here, are you within 9? Is going to be the question. Take a shot. For line of sight, you sure are, because it's just over 8. So you'll have a shot on, you moved, so it's on a 5/6 because that the skeleton's in the open. And you hit. Beat the armor. You do. Because only armor 1. And then 5/6, no, that's a 1. What that does is stun him. And so then it's just Mav, and she's going to head over and try and save the boy. So she can go 6, so 2, 4, 6, and then 3 more. We'll take her to there. Well, it's turn 5. Let's see if we can fight and kill this captain. Heroes remain. We rolled a 1 though, and I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Mav, you're gonna save the day. Everybody else is getting a 6, but we may re-roll and get a 1 for Bayle. We don't. Go kill him. Your fight +1. You hit. You don't. You become the defender and are driven back an inch. This guy is dangerous. You fight and win, so now you push him back. And the final exchange, you win again. Do you beat his armor? You don't. Just driven back. Face, he comes right back to you and fights again. So you're just going to do a straight up fight, not bother fighting defensively. You win. You don't actually, you tie, and the combat just ends. Because you are plus, you'd be on a 3, and he'd be on a 2. Oh no, you would win actually, and you'd fall up. So you become the attacker. And the same thing happens again, but backwards. So now he's the attacker again. And then the final exchange. He wins. Does he beat your armor? 1 or 2, you're okay. No, he does. And does he beat your toughness? No, because your toughness 4. You got that increase. So you are now wounded, and the exchange ends. Well, that gives Lucian something to do. He's going to walk forward 4 and attempt to heal. Strand, 6+, does. Removes the injured counter. We'll go with, I guess you, Bayle. You're within 9, but she's obscured, so you might as well just move to get within 6 and hit on a 3. 3! You're out of ammo. The boy on a 3. You miss. This turn 6. This thing's still alive. Out of ammo. Everyone's just fighting in melee now. Let's see who is getting initiative. We could give it to Lucian. And then everyone else will have a 6, but we could re-roll for Bayle and still get a 6. So Lucian's going to go, and I think just move to go hang out with Maeve and support her. In comes the baddie. +0 because it's wounded now against +2 for Maeve. She becomes the attacker and drives him back this way. Keeping her +2, and she hits him, beats his armor, yes, and kills him. She will get the additional experience for having slain the enemy captain. 2 bonus adventure points, +1 because we defeated 5 or more of the lurking enemies. And that means that we will have 3 adventure points, plus whatever we get in our post-game. So we defeated the enemy threat. So D6 for that. We got a captain, so an extra one. So D6 +4 overall adventure points. 8 adventure points. You can attempt an adventure milestone, which means I'm going to spend 5 of my 8 adventure points and try and roll a 5 or less. And if I do, we reduce their threat by 1. We do! That brings the threat from within down to a 5 for the Whispers from Beyond. Well, let's see what happened to Ser Dayne. He got beat up again. 22? That's a serious injury. Story point to re-roll that. 71! How about item damage instead? Let's see what item got damaged. He's carrying a bastard sword, a shield, partial armor, and throwing knife. So D4. Damaged. 4 is throwing axe. That makes sense. He did almost immediately lose it. So then Shala. 72. That is a item damage as well. So she's got her stealth bow, light weapon, and partial armor. So D3. Her partial armor was damaged. 2 repairs that need to be made now. So then let's see what we found experience-wise. Everybody survived the battle, so 1. Everybody achieved the objective, so 1. And then you're going to get an extra 1. No, you're going to get an extra 1 because you killed the captain. We'll level up Ser Dayne and Lucian because Ser Dayne went to a 14, which is making him level 3, and then Lucian will become level 1 with 5. So let's see what Ser Dayne learned. I'm getting knocked out again. 92! It's going to be a luck increase or a will increase. So his luck to 2. And then for Lucian, he's a mystic. He gets a 13. And a 13 is a skill selection. Well, let's go with scouting. Scouting sounds good. Flash of insight. Oh, sorry, no, it's just a skill. Yeah, any skill. Time to roll for loot. So we have to make a loot roll and then roll for unusual finds because we held the field. We forgot to do that last game, so we'll do it twice. So our loot roll, we find 65. That is tools. And what kind of tools did we find? Well, again, the tools table, 37. A large quiver. Give that to you, Bayle, so that you're less likely to run out of stuff. We forgot about the unusual finds table. So last game was not a meeting engagement. It was a raid, because it was a raid on the thing. So let's see what we rolled for the raid last game when we did the meeting engagement. 3. Nothing of interest, so there was nothing anyway. So for this one, 50. An excellent weapon. What kind of excellent weapon is it on a D6? One of these skeletons was carrying something cool. 5. An excellent bastard sword. What do you have? We get to make 2 rolls on news because we forgot for the last game. So 40 from the previous game was someone important needs adventurers. Place a location in the wilderness. There's no feature or scenario here, but if you travel here in the next 2 campaign turns, you get a quest. Feature on the map. And the one for this game is a 16, which is travelers have seen something odd in the forests and hills. Add an unexplored location to the wilderness map. All right. Off in the table, we see the quest giver here on the road in a wagon, and then there's some strange fires and lights in the distance. Managed to cancel the enemy plans because we destroyed their looting for weapons, and that's it.
As we go, the surroundings of Boar's Hearth getting a little bit safer as Ser Dayne's company manages to clear out a hamlet that was being looted for bodies to try and build up the lurking horrors. I have to say, so far so good. This warband's doing significantly better, although Ser Dayne does keep getting beaten up and his stuff gets damaged and broken. We'll have to fix both of those things in the next campaign game. So big thanks for watching. We'll see you for more of this in the future. Ton of MASH. Have a good night. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that video. There are tons of other games already recorded for you to watch. Click over to my channel page if you haven't already, and have a look through the dozens of playlists full of videos. I guarantee you'll discover a game you haven't seen played before. I put out new videos 7 days a week, and every day is themed to a different genre as I continue to explore the wider world of gaming. Of course, none of that's possible without you, the viewer, so click a like and subscribe if you'd like to stay on top of what's happening here daily. My 2 kids and I are massively grateful to be able to have the flexibility of this job so I can always maximize my time with them. If you want to support me continue to put out this content, it's only possible because of my amazing backers on Patreon who support the studio, equipment, and model cost, as well as being how I make the bulk of my living. You can also help out by buying a t-shirt through Spreadshirt, a measuring gauge or widget from Death Ray Designs, or buying one of my games and supplements like Last Days, Gamma Wolves, and Blaster. As a way of showing my appreciation, patrons get early access to new games and supplements that I write throughout the course of the year. Huge thanks for watching, it really does help out, and happy gaming.